Welcome to another new episode of Amazing Society. Insects can fall into two categories. One where the person creates something that's so painful or so deadly that an individual insect is lethal to you. Most of these don't happen in North America, but a few do happen in South America, Rivers says. Then there are some that produce a painful toxin that can be really lethal, but when they attack as a group they become really deadly. In this regard, we have something that is close. There are two, and they are both species of ants. In today's video of Amazing Society, the world's venomous or poisonous insects and spiders you never want to meet. So let's start the video. Number 5 is the black widow spider. The black widow is not an insect, but a very closely related cousin. When Rivers found one of these in Oregon Ridge Park, just a few miles north of Loyola's campus, he captured it and took it back to his office. I was feeding it house flies and it got to the point where she stopped eating and died, he says. One of his former research students who works in pest control in Maryland has found them in people's homes on more than one occasion. You probably won't die from a bite from a black widow, but there's nothing pleasant about the experience. I saw a special on National Geographic where a couple people said, "I wish I had died since it really hurt." One woman had lasting effects afterward. For weeks or months they were miserable, but no lasting effects after that. But if the toxin targets the nervous system, that's where you could have long-term complications. Number 4 is the Japanese Oriental wasp. This wasp is typically 2 to 3 inches long. To think that a wasp can get that big is frightening enough, Rivers says. What makes it deadly is the fact that the wasps are extremely aggressive as a group. It's one of the most aggressive insects on the planet. Close to hundreds can sting you at a time. And they're stinging you multiple times. Thus, the payload of venom delivered by the wasp to the victim is believed to exceed that of any other venomous animal. I hear the pain is one of the most excruciating that can be delivered. This wasp lives in remote locations, including some isolated islands associated with Japan. And the death rate is relatively high. Number 3 is the blister beetles produce a compound called cantharidin, which is sometimes used for wart removal. It's fantastic if a bird tries to eat the beetle because it can cause convulsions. But that's not the reason humans have had an interest in it, Rivers says. People have been interested in the beetle since the 1800s because it, cantharidin, not the beetle, although they are quite attractive, is a purported aphrodisiac. What they didn't realize was that the cantharidin was actually destroying the lining of their digestive tract. Externally, the cantharidin might just cause a severe dermatitis reaction, but digesting the beetle could lead to death. Number 2 is the red imported fire ant. Known in the southwestern United States since the 1930s, red fire ants have been on a northern expansion which is projected to reach Maryland someday. Although an individual fire ant cannot kill an individual, they are known to be one of the most aggressive insects that exists, Rivers says. They will actually chase you. They're among the top 10 threats to agriculture because they will destroy anything in their path. Fire ants form multiple satellite colonies very quickly, and if an animal knocks over their mound, they're coming to get you. When the USDA tried to kill them in Florida flooding with fire hoses, the ants made a watertight ball with the queen in the middle, and it floated on the water. Number 1 is the cow killer. These aren't as far from Loyola's campus as you might like to think, since you can find them as close as the southern part of Maryland. When it's just a few, it's not lethal, but if the cow steps on any, a chemical signal in the venom gland, an alarm pheromone, is released that mobilizes the colony for group attack. There's venom coming from the saliva. And then there's a true venom gland, so they'll sting you and bite you. So you'll get a double dose. At that point a small child or a person with a suppressed immune system could be at risk. Please let me know how you liked the video by commenting. And if you like the video, give the video a like. And subscribe the channel. Looking forward to another thrilling and mysterious video. Until then, stay healthy, stay well. Thanks, everyone.